So, last day, I have hugged everyone. I have soaked up all the last pieces of positive energy. Um, and clearly, I don't know, I had a lot of transformation and revelation because everybody said, like to me individually, that they can see how different I am since I first got here. I can definitely say that I did come here with no expectations of the resort itself, because I wanted to be completely open. So the food and everything else. Um, so I was, everything was, the name of it is Beyond. And truly, everything was beyond, above and beyond my expectations. And so that was great. And I didn't think that I would be able to get into the city, and off of the resort grounds, but I went 3 times. I was able to go to an art show, some art galleries. I was able to walk along the boardwalk, and I saw like different beautiful sculpture sculptures of art. I was able to get my Christmas tree ornament because I collect those every time I go out of town. I was able to go parasailing. Oh my God, something I've been wanting to do for a long time. But I did come with some anxieties about the ice bath because I've always wanted to do it, but I've always been like, I can't do that. I can't submerge myself in cold water because I like heat. And usually, if I even so much as stick my toe in a cold pool, I'm just like, um, and I had anxiety about the hike because I get winded easy, my knees, my thigh pain. And so I was like, man, everybody's going to be ahead of me. I'm going to be behind. I'm going to be last. And it was just, oh my God, it was such a revelation to myself because I'm very critical of myself. I'm very hard on myself. I compare myself to others a lot. Um, and I hold myself to this high standard. Like, I feel like if I don't have great balance, how can I be a good teacher? Or if I get winded easily, how can I be a good teacher? If I don't have a six pack or look a certain way, how can I be a good teacher? Because I'm not looking the part, right? But with the ice bath, it was like we did a lot of breathing, we did some meditation, we did like, what is your intention in getting in the ice bath? Because it represents not being in the past, not being in the future. Because when you're in there, the sensation is so great and so overwhelming that you have no choice but to be in the present. And you have to just tell yourself, because your body, before you even get in, is going to sense um, that it's in danger, because your body looks at hypothermia as danger, right? But you have to tell yourself, I'm safe and I'm okay. And so the entire time I was in there, I just jumped right in, and I was surprised that I thought I was gonna be like, but I wasn't. I like really relaxed into it, and I just kept telling myself I'm safe, I'm okay. I kept breathing, um, and everybody else was so serious, and mine was even quite comical because usually in high stress situations, I get silly. I kind of get goofy, and even that, I kind of felt some type of way when I got out. Like, everybody else was so serious and I was goofy, but I'm like, that's just the way I process things. It's okay. Um, and also with the hike, it was like I was the last person, but it was okay because in my daily life, I'm usually ahead and I get things done fast because I have the propensity to procrastinate. And so because of that, I'm like, okay, if I don't do it now, it's not gonna get done. If I don't do it now, it's gonna get done. And let me do it now, now, now. And so in the hike, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be last. One of the instructors, she walked with me, and it wasn't like she was walking with me to hang behind to accommodate me. It was just like that was her spirit in general. Like, appreciate what you see, and it's okay to kind of meander. There are times where you have to be like this, but then you don't always need to be that way. Sometimes it's okay to just meander and look and see and feel the sensation. So I felt the sensation of my thighs and my knees and my heart rate. And when I got to the top, the manager, she hugged me and she was like, "You made it, yay!" Because I had expressed to her day one I had anxiety, and then she said, "But you weren't as far behind as you thought." And I was like, "Oh my god!" And it was just and it just was represented that this is my journey. And even though the instructor stayed with me physically, it just kind of made me feel like even in life or whatever I'm doing, I'm never alone. There's the gospel song that says "Never Alone," um, and it talks about God being with you, and God can be everywhere at the same time. He's omnipresent. So whether you're the first person to get to the top of the hill or top of the mountain, He's with you. If you're in the middle, He's with you. If you are at the very back, He's with you wherever you are. And you're not relegated or beholden to a group or a standard. You're not. And so it was just a lot of revelation about myself, a lot of acceptance that was a part of the inner me and not the outer me. And I can't allow the world to dictate because I'm not at a certain size or because I haven't gotten to a certain place that I'm not good enough. And even one of the things that I heard, I would say, well, I can't do this, or I'm not there yet, or I haven't quite gotten there. Even with that, the lady was just one of the ladies said, especially in yoga, that it's step by step, not even little by little, because sometimes a gain can be little, sometimes it can be great, and then also based on God's plan and whatever. What's the definition of little? You know, uh, because even sometimes little may you may be comparing yourself to somebody else. Okay. Um, so step by step, and steps are you can be in a place like this, you know, and a step can sometimes be an incline. A step can sometimes look like this, and it's uh it's okay. But just know it's all a part of the journey, and that's one of the biggest lessons I learned. Oh my God, I learned so many, but that was one of the biggest that I think that I'm going to really just hold on to when I get back home. It's just that crying is not weakness. Um yeah. So that's it. I mean, of course I'm gonna have other videos to share when I get home, but yeah, just that. And it was just amazing. And this is a place that I would definitely uh maybe come to again in the future. Definitely would want to share it with some other like-minded people, maybe some friends, so that they too can experience whatever they're open to experiencing to move their life forward. So, all right, that is my final Beyond Retreat. This is my final Beyond Retreat video, a summation of everything I've experienced from day one. And so my shuttle's gonna leave in an hour. I'm gonna be back on the plane. I miss my life, but I'm gonna miss it here because it's Mexico. It's sun. It's people cooking for you and cleaning for you and stress-free fellowship and people that love their job. You can tell because of the love they put into the class, the food, the hospitality. So yeah. But anyway, peace.